Last week I went on a very spontaneous trip to Krakow with my friend. Let me tell you all about it. I woke up really early that day, before 5 a.m. That's purely because I need a little bit of time in the mornings to get prepared, and I like to do so in peace and without rushing. So that's just a personal preference. Honestly, I got out of the house at like 6:30, and we went to Oświęcim to catch a train there. The train was at 7:26, if I remember correctly, and it only takes an hour to get to Krakow, so it was a very short and enjoyable journey. We got to see a sunrise, which was honestly amazing. I love sunrises, all of them, always, but this one was very, very beautiful. The weather, it was alright in the morning. It was a little bit cold, still snowy. Yeah, I thought that the snow was gonna be gone by that time, but it stayed there. So we got to enjoy Krakow in snow, which was a new experience for me, I think. But yeah, we got to Krakow. We headed straight to a cafe that we found beforehand. It was in a part of the city that neither of us have ever been to, so it was a fun little journey. It was actually my first time in using public transportation in Krakow. I don't know why I've never done that, but well, I guess all the things that I wanted to see were always quite close to the main station, so I didn't actually have to go anywhere that was far away. So I just always walked. I liked walking, so that was our first time using public transport. Yeah, just like any other public transport, I guess. The funny thing is, it was actually free that day because the air quality was so bad, and I found about that later on, but they have this thing where if it's really bad air quality, they have the public transport free, so that maybe more people will use that and not drive their own cars and make it even worse. It's really cool. I've never seen that before in any other city in Poland. Maybe I just don't know about it, but yeah, that was something new and cool. And yeah, we headed to a cafe, a really cute one. I'll link it down below, as always. Yeah, it was very cute, very cozy. At first we were one of the very few people there, but it got busier later. We just ordered like a second breakfast. My friend got a coffee and I got a winter tea, which was really good. It was raspberry flavor with like a slice of orange in the teapot. It was really, really good. And I got toast with avocado and salmon, and my friend got an oatmeal. And also a funny thing, both of us, we never really liked oatmeals, but well, she decided to try it and we both liked it. So now, I'm not sure about her, but I've been eating oatmeals for like the past 2 days and I'm getting used to it. I'm not saying that I love it yet, but I get it. Yeah, it's a very nice breakfast. The main thing about the main attraction was Museum of Contemporary Art, which neither of us have ever been to. We went to that cafe because the museum was going to open at 11 a.m. So we had like an hour and a half till that time, and we decided to, eat something and spend the time somewhere warm because it was really, really cold and very slippery. I'm actually so proud of us that we've not fallen this whole day, not even once. There were a few close calls, the biggest one when we were on our way to the cafe, but yeah, we made it. I'm very proud of us. And yeah, then we went to the museum. The guy selling tickets was very cute and friendly. We decided to buy tickets to see all of the exhibitions, even though on Thursdays the main exhibition is free. But you know, we wanted to see the whole thing. We were so happy that we did. This museum was probably one of the best, or maybe even the best museum so far that I've ever been to. I don't know about you, but from what I think and from the talks that I had with my friends, I've been to museums and like historic places mostly as a child, with like on school trips, and I didn't really get it then. I don't really care about the art, and also we were in a really large group, so it was a little bit hard to like see everything in detail and to like listen and like care, because you know, you were with your friends, you were talking. It was different. But now when I'm an adult and I go to places by myself and I, you know, like I make the decision to go somewhere and to learn about it, about the place or about the art or history, anything, I'm more into it because I get to do it in my own pace, in my own time. And this was the first like a proper art museum that I've been to, I think, like on my own. I went to like a modern art museum in Wrocław, but I didn't really like it that much. The art there was confusing sometimes. I didn't really know what was like the point of it. Yeah, it wasn't the best experience, but this museum was amazing, honestly. We spent about like 3.5 hours there and we still haven't seen the whole thing. We had like one exhibition left, I think, and we would have stayed there longer, but we were meeting up with someone, so just didn't really have time to see it all in detail. But everything that we've seen, we have loved. Really amazing experience. If you ever get the chance, go there and see it for yourself. I actually understood, I think, at least on like a basic level, I understood, I would say, most of the pieces. There was a lot of pieces that like touched on history, some did on more of like cultural things. Some of the art can only be understood fully, I think, by Polish people, because there were a few pieces with like Polish words on them. So like, unless you know Polish well enough, or you have a friend that's gonna tell you what it means, you're not really going to get it. But like, still, all of the art had descriptions in English and in Polish, which was really cool, and it made the experience a lot easier. I would say there were a few pieces that really moved me. The one exhibition that just made me feel uncomfortable. It was like touching a lot of mental health, mental illness problems, and I felt uncomfortable looking at it a little bit. But that's what art does, right? It makes you feel things. Honestly, I love art. I love looking at art, and that was very calming and very positive experience overall. Yeah, we didn't see the whole museum, but we were kind of running out of time. We were supposed to meet with a friend of my friend, so then we headed back to the main square. If you've ever been to Krakow or any kind of like European city, I would say, like an old historic one-ish, my favorite thing is the buildings, the architecture, and like the small narrow streets. I always feel very cozy just like walking through them, exploring. It's one of my favorite places in Wrocław as well. Yeah, we just strolled through some streets, found some pretty buildings and some nice places. Our main point was the square, and this one actually, I always feel a little bit overwhelmed when I'm there. The square is quite a big space with a lot of people there and a lot of pigeons, really a lot of pigeons. If you don't like birds, be aware, there are there, and they travel in groups, big groups. We walked around the square for a bit. We saw all of the, main attractions that are there. Yeah, we didn't fall. The brick was really slippery everywhere, but like especially on the square. Yeah, we didn't fall. Again, very proud. And then we headed to a restaurant. We were craving pasta, so we ate pasta. Very good pasta. And dessert, which wasn't as good. We have been to that place before and the dessert was amazing. This time the dessert wasn't as good, still tasty. The chocolate was meant to run out of the center when you slice the cake. It didn't, so that was a disappointment. But overall, they have really good pasta, so if you ever want kind of like more Italian food, then I highly recommend. When we went out of the restaurant, it was already dark and snow was falling, which was honestly magical, even though it was cold and windy. But we didn't really know what else we could do. Like, we had quite a few places that we still wanted to see, but it's a little bit more difficult when it's dark. So we decided to just stroll around, and we walked to a riverside, one of the places that we pretty much always go to when we're in Krakow. And on our way there, we saw so many lights that were turning on. The streets looked even more amazing than they did before, with the lights and the snow falling down. So we just enjoyed our time, chatted. I think we both needed the time to just relax, spend a little bit more time in another city and just catch up. So that was very, very enjoyable. After that, we decided to head back to the main station. We needed to catch a train back home. It wasn't that late, it was like 7 p.m. Yeah, by like 8 p.m. we were back in Oświęcim, and by 9 we were already in our houses, which was really nice. That day felt long, but just because I woke up so early and we walked like 10 kilometers, I think. So yeah, it was a long day, but a very, very nice one. A highlight of the year so far, definitely a highlight of January. And yeah, that's kind of it for the trip. I know I didn't make it justice by just talking like that, but it was way too cold to record for more than 10 seconds, and my hands were still freezing anyway. So yeah, I hope next time when I go there, it will be warmer and I will have more confidence to film in public, so that we can enjoy the trip even more and I can show it to you a little bit better. Thank you for listening to me and letting me talk at you. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.